Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So, if this isn't something you want to watch, well, life is full of surprises and offers a wide variety of things to do. So, open the internet and well, if you're watching this, internet is already open in some way, so just go look elsewhere. But if you want to be here, whatever the reason, so long as you stay civil in the chat, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Hope you'll have a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. And yeah. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Not a lot more that I can say. As you see, we have one missing player. Well, family problems. So, you're never protected against those. We'd all love to, but we're not. Don't worry, you should be there next week. Well, he has to, because we're probably going to be back in a quest, so if he's not there, we're only going to be left with audience being the tank of the group, so that's going to be...
Raimi, new tank?
It's a new build.
Technically, you can have dex tanks. If you're never hit, you're tanky.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's how it should be. It's not how it is, but it's how it should be.
Well, technically, it's easier at early levels to be a no damage tank,
Yeah.
but as you start getting into third and fourth tier, the things just have ridiculously high to hit chances, and your armor class can't really keep up. So the focus suddenly becomes more having enough hit points for when you inevitably take a hit. Possibly more than
Yeah,
one.
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
It's just very hard to beat a plus 17 to hit, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think I try to stay out of those unless you have only one enemy on the battlefield. But I think I should still try and do the balance better if there's more. Because right now, it's not really much of a problem for audience when there's 50 enemies on the battlefield and they can only hit him on a natural 20.
I mean, it's still a problem because technically 1 in 20 of them should hit me.
Yeah.
Math in my D&D game?
Preposterous.
Math in my D&D game?
Well, that depends on the games. On mine, it's never happened before, as far as I know. But in other games, I'm pretty sure it happened. Alright. So, with this, Jorg, are you still with us?
I am.
Okay, your camera is
Am I?
completely frozen. We can only see your forehead. That's why I was wondering.
Oh, God. Well, my voice is still here.
Yes, your voice
Your
is still
voice
here.
is still here. Your voice is still
That's good.
Oh, okay. There's some movement.
Yay.
I don't know if you guys can see this. I have a weird, glitch shimmer around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Ethereal.
I think it's...
I have a paladin's glow.
It's just the,
Yeah, no, there's... it's sort of weird. I think it's a mix of the lighting in your room and Skype trying to blend the background with you.
Yep.
What about you, Toby?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong on your side? Oh, come on. Gotta find something
Is
wrong.
Toby gone now?
No, he's there. He's stretching.
Oh. Oh.
Alright. So, what happened last episode? Well, unfortunately for you, Tobiashi, last episode, I think you were the only one who wanted to talk to people in the monastery. So, since we couldn't know what you wanted to ask them, we sort of had to skip over that part.
That's fine.
But
What's it?
what happened last episode was that our party had their feast and at the monastery and enjoyed receiving a bit of praise for their deeds. While eating their last meal with the monastery's battle survivor, our adventurer witnessed the birth of heroic stories of their accomplishments. Once their bellies were filled and their pride sufficiently inflated, our heroes went to bed, and when morning came, they all went back to the garden. With a day to spend as they pleased, our party decided to get back into familiar things, prepare for the future, and have a bit of mischievous fun. Well, that part is Fisher, but we'll see how that turns out. So, I think we were left with Remy, Jorg, and Tobiashi going into the commercial district. Remy wanting to have the feather appraised, and Jorg. What did Jorg want to do in there?
I thought he just wanted to meet the druid, right?
Yeah, I was just meeting the druid. With Toby. Hello? Am I still there?
I'll go with them.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I am still here.
Yeah,
You're a little robot.
Okay,
You're
cool.
a little robot though, but you're here.
I think your internet is having stability problem.
Yeah.
All right. I don't remember there being that the druid was supposed to be in the garden, at least in the commercial district. Are you sure?
Oh no, I went to. Yeah, there was a druid thing going on with Toby.
Yes, yeah, she is.
I don't know
That is
what it was.
outside. That we are preparing to meet him. How many days do we have left?
Oh.
Well, last episode was established that he's not far, so I think that you all wanted to. Well, everyone decided to do something for that day, and they'd start the quest tomorrow because Tobiashi seemed to be a bit absent-minded during that day, so they decided.
Yeah.
It's like it's like somebody's knocking, but nobody's home.
So just to give you a bit of time to recover from the loss of so many of your childhood friends, everyone decided that they would start the quest on the next day. So I think that's what happened. So I don't know what Jorg was doing with Remy and Tobiashi.
Well, it's like I think maybe
I thought
Jorg thought that Tobiashi was going to go meet the druid today. So like while Remy was dragging Tobiashi to the clothing store, she's like, oh, they'll eventually work their way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of a sudden, life pops back into my eyes. I have stuff I have to do.
Yeah.
Did I have anything?
If you guys are going clothing shopping, I'm gonna go find audience.
I'm trying to remember if I have anything that is being made right now.
I don't think so.
I think the better question you'd be asking yourself, what could be made?
Could be made. in one day. One day.
Well, that's going to
let's
be
see.
hard in one day.
Yeah. I know I'd have to pick up some stuff from my ball though, so he doesn't get upset, and I could actually use him. So
Nobody wants their balls to be upset.
exactly. So
just don't get anything related to frost. No one wants blue balls.
yeah. I need to figure out where I need to go to find shard dust.
Oh wow. I guess there could be two possibilities. It's either someone that sells crystals, because it is a crystalline substance, which would get you to see one of your garden ally. A one of the shopkeeper that you've actually seen a few times already, and has even taken a quest or two from him. Hold on, where are the shopkeepers? Here they are. Kaharthane, Crystal Master of the Garden. Otherwise, there's always shop where magical object could be sold, because it can also be a magical regent. So that would be where Tobiashi's choice would be.
All right, let's go there. No, I meant we're gonna go to the Crystal Master.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Well, it's in the
Guys,
same...
I just remembered I have some stuff I gotta do.
All right.
Are we going clothes shopping first? We could do that first. Then, wait, why do we need clothes? I could just make clothes.
Well,
my skin.
I joke, but
Oh,
but Tobiyashi may or may not remember that Raimi has had a personal side quest that
Have a clothes.
he just recently fulfilled.
Wait,
yeah.
So now he's got a feather of great power. So technically it is clothes shopping, but it's also magical object making.
Understandable.
But you know what? Like nothing like retail therapy to forget about all your friends and family dying.
True. I just go look at the clothes and then I make them on myself. I don't even have to buy them.
Well, I would at least have you make an intelligence roll to see if you can duplicate it, because you're not actually a tailor.
No. I don't got a duplicator. See, I have my my needle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only copy one cloth at a time.
Bro, what do I want? A suit with no shoes, or shoes with no suit?
Tobiashi starts buying onesies.
Yeah.
All right.
Looking at stuff. I gotta look at my
So
notes really quick.
I guess you go with Remy.
Yes.
Right.
We'll go with Remy first.
All right. So
We'll stick together.
well, in that case, Remy, Jorg, and Tobiashi all enter into this little shop where there's, I believe it was a half-elf greeting you when you enter. Of course, she remembers you, Remy, because you've been here several times. Always
Just constantly
a pleasure
buying
to see you.
apparel from this person, I guess.
Always a pleasure to see you. Well, how can I help you today?
It's like Raimi very carefully, I mean, like, he would have carefully put it away to begin with, but then carefully takes out the magnificent feather. Well, at least,
I don't know why this feels so Legend of Zelda-y. Da-na-na-na.
Even funnier, it actually like glows and flies by itself, adding to the effect.
Yeah. Ah.
Coincidentally, that would be a little annoying in a D&D context. Like every time you found loot in a dungeon, da-na-na-na.
Oh, there's a chest there. I'm gonna try and steal what's inside of it. Not to alarm the monsters in the room. I got it. Da-na-na-na. Damn it.
The funny part is that when there's multiple things inside the same chest, it keeps going. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na.
All right, no one saw me. I got everything. Oh, there's a bag of of money. What's inside of it? Oh, god damn it. Maybe that could be an interesting way of making a parody game. You know, you take all the tropes from different games and you just go with them all.
Yeah, Toby, I can't imagine a game like that.
Definitely not.
Imagine if you just get locked into a chest animation, like counting one gold at a time.
Gosh.
No, but I've always said life would be so much better with background music. You know, you're walking, you decide to take a shortcut in an alley, and you turn around and the music changes. Nope, I'm not gonna go there. All right.
I'm not liking the vibes here.
It's not a good music for me. I don't want to go in that alley. All right. So you present the feather. Of course, the feather glows. It is wind touched. And of course, the shopkeeper looks at it for a little bit of time. That's an interesting artifact you have there. Now, what can be done with it? That is interesting. How much time are you giving me to do this? Interesting piece of clothing.
How much you looking?
Well, it really depends on what you want to have. I can, of course, simply integrate it into a cloak. It will, of course, radiate energy. A feather like this will most likely touch a few aerial elements. But if you want me to truly integrate it, truly make it a part of the piece of clothing, it could inherit much more of the potential it has. A feather like this, you will definitely have abilities touching the realm of angelic things.
Raimi thinks about it for like half a second. It's like, then holds up 2 talons.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna need a little bit of time. Let's say, come back in 2 weeks. I should be able to fully prepare the feather and fully integrate it inside of a cloak. Now the only thing remaining is, what sort of cloak do you want? And she points you to a corner of the shop where there's a huge variety of cloaks. Some cloak that completely closes, some that have a hood that more or less feels like two-part cloaks. There's the cloak and there's the hood that falls a bit on the side. There's one that is open on each side that you can close in front. And just slip your arm on each side. There's the half cloak, the one that ends just below your waist. There's the very ceremonial cloak, which trails a little bit behind you, of course, with a little bit of magic. She can make sure that you'll never trip on that part of the cloth that trails behind you. There are some with deep cowls, some with very shallow cowls, some with cowls that defies logic. When you put them on your head, they feel very shallow, but you can actually pull them very deep, all the way to your face literally become dark. But somehow they just hold in place. Who knows how? Well, with magic, but
I mean, like that spoils the fun, though. Just like where did what happened to the ball that the magician was playing around with?
So there is a wide variety of possible appearance for that cloak, and I'll take into consideration what you decide and try to integrate this into powers it may have.
Hmm.
Do you want to have a little bit more time and tell me another day?
It's like, well, yeah, like if they would be a bit unique, I'd at least have to consider the different kinds. So, but yeah, I won't hold up the session while thinking of that unless I come up with something in the middle of it.
No, that's okay, because I'm giving you the option to tell me later, because technically Remy could be in there for 5 hours, and other than Jorg and Tobiashi wanted to murder Remy for that, you could actually do this. You have a full day. But we can't just wait here looking at you for 5 hours without saying a word. So
He also needs to get his measurements done.
yeah.
So Toby and I are going to be waiting for a while.
Yeah.
So, technically, Remy could easily have an hour or two to decide. So
you just hear coming from the store, like, wow, I didn't think I'd have to let out this much for the pants.
You seem to have narrow shoulders. That can be arranged. A cloak that has the 80s shoulder pad integrated into them.
Or even better, the 90s shoulder pads, where it's just like one big shoulder pad, but the hero doesn't like wield a giant sword or anything.
Yeah.
They just have the one giant shoulder pad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's always a weird one. Practical armor copying gladiator's armor, that's always weird. Because that was for show, There's a reason why Gladiator didn't wear a lot of body armor for the chest. That's because it's easy to protect. They would wear armor for their arms and head, because if the head is hit, it can end the fight prematurely. If the arms are hit, it's gonna...
More exciting.
Well, it depends, expose things which can take a hit. So you wear gloves because your hands can't take a lot of damage, but your biceps can. they can take more damage than your hands. So, yeah. But then you have fantasy things, and you see someone wearing gladiator armor going on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you see, he's a dex build, so
Yeah. Always nice. Always nice. Good dex build. Yeah. All right. So, Tobiashi and Jorg, you are alone in the store while Remy is being fondled in so many different ways to take all of the possible measurement for this cloak to go exactly as Remy wants it. So while that's happening, what are you doing in that store? Or are you just deciding that Remy got it and you can leave him and go do something else?
I think this would be the only time we could get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
what are you trying to imply about your husband?
That's right.
Are you guys having marital
Ball and
issues?
chain, dude. Ball and chain. No, I'm trying. We'll be sitting there for a while. I'm like, so, you have anything to get done? Maybe you could get that blanket turned into something.
An actual blanket.
Yeah, we could leave it here to turn it into a cloak of comforting or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if you want.
Yeah, I'll ask her about that.
I don't really need clothes anymore, so I mean,
Just call it the good vibes cloak.
the good vibes cloak.
Well,
The good vibes
yeah.
only.
you know, you ask the tailor, and she looked at you for a brief moment, and you see there's sort of a bit of disappointment in her eyes, as in you're asking something that's too easy for her. So there's sort of, oh, that's it. Okay, no problem. I should have this ready.
I
in a
could
few
do it.
days.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just need your measurements before you leave. So, Tobiashi, you find yourself alone in the store while Remy and Jorg are having their body
Yeah.
measurements.
I kind of. I'll probably be back before they're done. I walk out of the store.
All right.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
I know I could just dash. Whew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, technically, you could
Well,
be you
step
could
of
do
the
it
wind
literally.
and then dash.
You
yeah.
just like leave. No, you just like leave one of your silks at the store. And
Oh
then,
yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll leave one like by the door, and then I'll come back when I feel like I'm done.
Oh, you leave one piece?
Yeah, just one piece. One piece. That's what they've been looking for the whole time.
although weirdly, you hang it on the outside doorknob. It's like
The entire
everyone's
shop?
trying to figure out what that means.
You have a whole bunch of gnomes outside looking at this. The entire shop? Damn. I didn't know about
Yeah.
them.
Well,
So,
yeah, I'll head over to the jewel guy,
okay.
the crystal man.
So, I don't know. Audience, do you want to be part of this? Because it looks like you're about to fall asleep. So, do you want to be, for some reason, there?
I'm not. I mean, I'm still writing letters. I can't be there.
Okay. I was just giving you an option.
Well, we'll be done. I can't imagine a cloak takes too long
No.
to get measurements for.
Well, no, it's not going to be long, but Remy's also there, and
Mm-hmm.
They're gossiping the whole
yeah,
time.
you know.
Mm-hmm. You know, maybe I should
Audience
just
is
leave it
doing
as a
important
blank.
stuff for the fate of the world. They can close shop all they want.
I should have asked the audience if you wanted help
What is
writing
D&D
letters.
without the side shopping episodes?
I know
Mhm.
it's there. I'm just saying, the audience is not there. He's off doing
Well,
things.
Well, you know, I mean, if you're spending an hour and 30 minutes on how many rations you're all going to buy, it's like I think
Okay,
that's
that
maybe
stuff.
the
I mean,
extent.
like more, more like magic shopping or something like that. Okay, little things I could see, but
No,
God,
Drew
I want to
comes
see
out in a
like
bikini
a
after it
magic
gets
shop.
married.
Take me to a magic shop. I want to know what the magic shop smells like. Who's behind the
Mhm.
desk?
the magic shop. So you want to look at that thing for a brief moment.
Yeah.
So
No.
Why does it smell like farts in here?
Oh my God, they're working with brimstone.
all right. So you want the crystal shop or the magic shop?
Crystal shop.
Crystal shop. All right. Well, when you get in there, it's a bit familiar. You know, you see Kaharthane, who's on the other side of the counter. He's very silently, slightly awkwardly staring into a large crystal that's on the main desk. It's either something that's really interesting, really important, or he's bored out of his mind and his attention is wandering inside of the crystal.
Oh, it's important.
You just
I slammed the door. No, I'm kidding. Damn.
So
Hey, I need some help with something.
you're gonna have to
A
be
couple somethings.
you're gonna have to be a bit more convincing than that when you talk to him, because he really seems absorbed in the crystal right now.
Hey, I need some shards.
Um
Sorry, I've been talking to you for like 15 minutes now. You just like you've been focused on that.
oh really? Oh
Yeah. I came in like 15
I'm so
minutes ago.
sorry.
That's fine.
New crystal. I don't know. There's something fascinating about it.
Like what?
I don't know. I keep hearing resonating sound when I'm staring into it. But no one said anything about this coming from another world or a different realm or anything like this. Odd crystal formation. Sorry. So what were you saying? You're
I
looking...
need I need some shard dust or pebbles, anything you got really.
Shard dust. Okay. You mean those shards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring out a piece of paper. I keep unfolding it and fold it more and
Man, you're really good with origami.
Yeah, I know. 8 times, right? I think I got to about 10.
Damn, I hate myself for having forgotten what's the maximum time someone can fold a paper.
Yeah. I think it's like 7. He's just got like this tower of infinitely thick.
It's magical
that's the
paper.
new magic item I'm getting.
It's magical paper. Its only use is being able to fold it more than the normal time a piece of paper can be folded on itself.
Yep.
Shard dust. Well, of course, we do have an interesting amount of the most common ones. Fire, cold, thunder, lightning. Now we've been able to get a little bit of poison in there. I'm not sure if that could interest you.
Wilderness.
Yeah, I think that's what they call it. Now this one is a bit more rare. I did receive it's a single shard. And, I think it's a sliver they call it. But psychic properties.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Oh, deep. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's I think that's what they called it. Um, got a little divine dust over there.
Okay. Done. Okay. I need one of each kind.
One of each kind.
Well, okay, if I could just get the basic ones of those ones. So it's so petrified would be piercing, bludgeoning, slashes, acid, storm. Well, okay, yeah, I think I need one of each. At least that's what the ball says.
All right. So what he wants is one of each realm. So you don't need actually every type of damage, but you need one of each realm. So the
Yeah,
petrified realm, the storm realm, the wilderness realm, the deep
Wilderness,
realm,
deep,
frost,
frost.
scorch, dawn, and dusk.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, if I
right.
could get piercing, thunder, poison, force, cold, fire, radiant, necrotic.
Well, the petrified encompass everything with physical.
Yeah,
So essentially, a physical dust would be very
well,
interesting
actually,
if you had no magical object, because it would simply add the um, magical property to something that is slashing, piercing, or if you really want to get weird, it might be possible using the dust and a little bit of magic to add a property to your attack. So, oh, good,
yeah.
I have a sword that's a slashing, isn't it? Yes, I use bludgeoning dust. What the?
Bludgeoning dust. Yeah, it just makes it into a bat.
that can slash both? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But usually people are more interested in the petrified shard for the acid property.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Well,
magic.
I guess technically, it's like if you wanted to make the best use of like a crusher, it's like, hey, I'm gonna put it on this slashing weapon so I can still do bludgeoning damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So hold on. Your objects. I think it was for. I think I put the crystal ones on your objects specifically, Tobiyashi.
It is on the
Come
weapon.
on.
So it's yeah. Dust pebble sliver shard. Silver shard.
Liner, the key for stream, encounter table, calendar, bloodlust, drow, Curdy, audiences mount. Okay. We're getting there. The Abbey, Clue, Lakoi, Hidden Temple, Ashmite. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay. I just wanted to have the pricing.
Yeah.
So, how forgot it was this pricey. Damn. All right.
At this point, I just need one dust of each.
All right. So that's
Also,
Dusting, if you will.
I do have if you would accept a trade, I have 6 frost. 6 uses of frost. I've used all my thunder.
Well, he would be willing to exchange them for the easiest one to get. So he would consider trading a frost for either scorched, storm, petrified, or wilderness.
I'll do one of each of those if he wants to.
Okay.
So that would be 3.
Yeah, 1 petrified, 1 storm, 1 wilderness, and 1 scorched.
Okay.
The others are a bit harder to get, so he would. You can trade more than 1 for 1, but because they're harder to get,
Yeah.
plain trading wouldn't be enough. So if you want to get a dusk one, a dawn one, and a deep one, that's going to be 350 gold for each.
You said, is it on here? Dust.
I think, I'm not sure.
Shard dust. There it is.
We tried to get to the underworld, but there was guarded by a 3-headed dog.
Okay. So I'll just add 3.
Didn't want to go there.
No, let's do it.
You know, its weakness is playing music. Oh, sorry, I'm mixing worlds.
So, well, you're half right. We did hear that you did have to play music, but it had to specifically be country music, and we don't know what that is.
Which country?
Okay. Okay. Oh, I know what to do.
Okay.
So
while Tobiashi's figuring out how to change his inventory properly, audience, other than writing letters, is there anything you want to do?
I was going to purchase another of the 500 gold cold gems to replenish that, but I don't think there was anything else I needed to do. In the garden.
Oh, you mean for your bracelet? Is that it?
Yeah, for the dragon to eat.
Okay.
Because I used the coal gem in the nightmare realm.
Right. All right. Well, it would be gems. So technically, you could possibly get there as Tobiashi is leaving the store.
Sure. So I could be.
No,
That
well,
so you said
yeah.
I got fire, thunder, and the petrified one, right?
Yes, petrified, storm, wilderness, and scorched
Fire.
are
Scorch, yeah.
easy enough to get.
Okay.
By the way, do you need to know what letters I sent?
New ones? No, you didn't tell me.
Okay. So the letters I sent were, one wasn't really a letter. I basically did all the things I was told to do when I got back to the garden. One was asking Sarah what my church had asked, or if they'd asked for anything when they sent the gold for the gift to the dragon, because that was something that I was told to ask about.
Okay.
The other was writing my rival, the mirror, and basically bringing up the point that I would have written her like a longer letter, basically admitting that perhaps I have been wrong, and kind of mentioning some doubts I've been having about my religion in general, and just how things have kind of gone and how things have changed, and that perhaps it's time for us to talk and see if we can find a more mutual ground to stand on.
Oh, wow. Okay, if that's what you want to write, I'll say give me a persuasion roll. And because of everything you mentioned, I'll give you advantage.
Okay. That's going to be a 21.
Okay. right, so that's your rival. Syrah, we can do this in a moment. And what else?
And then the final one would have just been, I would have probably written depending on actually a little bit what I learned from Sarah about the gift, because that might, but I would have probably written the dragon's, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name.
The one
Get my
that you're
notes.
making that gift for, Ixanihan.
Yes, but I would have written the dragon itself. I would have written her aide. I would have written
Annie.
her aide. Annie, yeah, I would have written Annie, and just with some of the more updated information and some of the stuff I'd kind of maybe discovered about my church in our last mission, and kind of my continued doubts, and perhaps been like, I'm going to do this last thing with Toby, but then given her a more clear timeline of when I wanted to meet.
All right, so we're saying that essentially that's interesting.
Because I had it, because I said I wasn't sure and I didn't want to miss, so kind of giving her a more set timeline of I think I'll be able to actually meet it this time.
Yeah, no, I think it's sort of fun and weird because you want to ask Shira some question, but to your rival who tried to kill you twice, whom you beat once, you had a draw on the second match. You literally give her a newsletter of everything that's been happening in your life. That's interesting, but it's well written.
Not a news, well, not like everything.
I know,
like,
but still.
And weirdly enough, like in each paragraph, you somehow manage to work in the fact that you're single. Just, but like not like this. You don't not like every time like the same way.
Hey, you
but,
know,
like,
when
a
I
slightly
saved the entire temple by myself and beat off the giant ship, and all the lasers were hitting on me, I unfortunately had to reject them since I'm, still single. And now I'm kidding.
And all the attention of the female monks in the monastery, but you're saving yourself for someone special. And then you write the vassal of a dragon, an even more detailed newsletter.
Somehow I copy and paste parts of the same letter. Okay.
Word for word.
You do know you can purchase the scribe service. All right. Oh, that's Syrah's going to be an easy one to make. All right. Tobiyashi, did you finish with your inventory?
Yes. So I will get one of each of the ones that I don't have already.
Okay.
You said how much? How much was it?
350 for a single use of dust.
So 353 more times.
So 1,050 gold.
Okay, no problem.
Easy money.
And then he said he has one. Did I accidentally add that? I did not mean to do that.
Actually, sorry, I'm having a brain moment here. I just realized, the likely origin of the word scribble. Anyway, continue.
Okay. They also said they had a sliver of what was it, dusk, or was it deep? No, it was deep, right?
Deep, yes.
They like
how much is the whole sliver?
Hold on, I have it here. A sliver. Oh, jeez. 35,000.
Damn.
Using a sliver
It's a lot.
increases a lot what the Ashmite can do. If you just give him a sliver,
A sliver, 3d6. Well, additional
3d6
3d6.
damage of the appropriate type for 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's an incredible increase in power.
I'd like to stack all the no, I'm kidding. I use all of them all at once. No. I also would like to turn. So I have 3 of the frost left, right? Can I turn 2 of them into storm because he said he would trade those with me.
Yeah.
And then I would like anything else. Storm is what I mainly need a lot of,
Okay.
so that it could help my lightning bolt. Do they have any? They said it's easy to get. How much is a pebble?
3,500 gold. It would cost more if you went outside of the garden.
Fuck it, give me 2 of them. That's 7,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 pebbles. I will add that to the thing. And then it's taken off, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think that is about it. That's all I need here. And I would like to see the crystal he's working on. Does he mind if I'm gonna be like, do you mind if I like look at it, see what you're talking about?
No, go ahead. Just saying, you might lose an hour or so.
All right, let's see.
All right. Well, you stare into it. You raw concentration, I'd say. Well, concentration or meditation. So I would allow you to make an intelligence roll or a wisdom roll. Because you're a monk, I'll give you proficiency if you choose wisdom.
Oh, pebble. Let me just add this really quick. 2 pebbles. Nice. Okay. You said a wisdom with proficiency?
Because you're a monk, yes.
Okay. All right, so it'd just be another +4. All right, let's do this. Wisdom. Oh no, that's a saving throw. Let's not
Just
do
another
that.
+4.
Just another +4.
You do know that 90% of the world population do not have just a +4.
Wait, why isn't it rolling? Hello? Second. Okay. 20. 12 + 8.
You stare into the crystal and you try and fall into a meditative state, just allowing yourself to be taken by the shapes inside of it. And you know, he's right in one thing. There do seem to be an odd swirl in the center of it if you stare long enough. So you try to focus on this. You even try to push your key inside of it, just touching the crystal, trying to really imprint yourself with it. After a good 15 minutes, you're not hearing it. He just looks at you and says, "See, I told you. It's weird. It's almost like singing. If you focus
not
enough,
here.
it feels like you could almost hear it talk to you."
I'm not hearing it.
Oh, really? Oh. Well,
What was it saying? Where'd you get it? That's my question. Let me ask that first.
it's just something that one of the adventurer brought back. We've set a few expedition inside of the huge dwarven city that you unearthed.
That we found?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They had this cache of crystals, larger than normal crystals. Just brought one back. I don't know, it's mesmerizing. But I don't.
Is this your only one?
Well, it's the only one that had something special inside like this. Some were pretty plain, but still very impressive. I mean, look at this one, and he points toward another quartz crystal. It's almost completely transparent. It's the kind of quartz that you make crystal with. So that's worth a lot. Money wise, I mean, and wizard love using crystals, actual crystal, not just crystals. You know what I mean. But this one was something. I've been when I know that there is no one, I've been going there, because me and the other knights, we were built before the garden was built. Well, we were built separately because I think this one is actually older than us. So we're not tied to the garden, contrary to all of the wardens and sentinel. And we're actually a bit more trustworthy than the gnomes. So just like Deiras, they sometimes allow us to leave the garden, so long as we don't go into populated area. And since it's mostly just us going there, I've been careful, and I've been visiting this place a bit more. Excavations are going nice. Sorry, I'm you must be busy doing something else. Adventuring and all.
Yeah. I'll have to go take a look at that. How much you want for it?
For what?
This. I show him the crystal I have in my hand.
Oh yes, sorry. So it's the deep one.
The one that he was looking at.
The one that he's been
that
transfixed with ever since.
Yeah. I kind of feel like you shouldn't be looking at it anymore.
I don't know. It's kind of a big one. I'm not exactly sure what's inside of it in the center. But it's pretty decent quality. I think it's in the family of citrons, so the mineral itself isn't all that rare. I'd be really willing to sell it for I don't know, 1,800 gold.
800. How about 1,500?
I mean, all right, sure, why not?
Okay.
I mean, not a lot of people has been interested in it, so I'll let you have it. All right.
Okay.
Well, then 1,500 gold it is.
Sounds good. Thank you so very much. You've been a big help. When I come back, let me know what happens with the whole excavation thing, if they find anything else.
Oh yeah. Well, if you're a dwarf, it's very interesting. A lot of history about dwarves and stuff like this. But
I start slowly turning around.
and you hear his voice just trailing off in the background, and eventually he just stops talking.
Like, why, just the other day, I was talking with my great-grandpappy.
Oh, God, he's going to keep going.
Then the orb rings, and he starts talking again.
I go to start walking out the door, then I remember, I'm like, oh, I have my silk over there. Right as audience walks through the door. No.
No, exactly. You're just about to open the door, and then you remember, and so you out, and audience enter just as he sees the last glimmer of your teleportation through your silk. Audience, when was that? No, never mind.
I need a $500 cold one, if you know my drift. No, I'm kidding. That's how I order the cold gem.
He looks at you for a brief moment and says, "Well, I mean, it's a bit rare, but I can surely give you gems which can be drank."
No. I don't. Actually, I mean, it probably would work, but
If you drink enough storm shard, it's like
well, no, but I could probably just have because I haven't eat it. I could probably have it drink it too.
Lightning gas. That's what happens.
I mean,
I technically could probably have it drink it, but the sapphire. I need a 500 gold.
oh yeah,
sapphire.
no, sure, there's no problem with that. But hey, if you were honest with that, consuming something for yourself, I mean, I've bought a few of the new things that you can't really call it pastry, but candy make. No, not even that. Anyways, there is a candy maker if you store that direction, and actually, I bought a few of the candied crystals. You wanna taste one?
I'm okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem. He sells you the normal crystal.
$500 sapphire. Okay.
man,
then
this is the most
no-
expensive bottle of cristal.
There are no gems that have been researched, right? That could no new gems that may possibly give a defense to necromancy that's been discovered since I've been gone. No, maybe, I don't know, radiant gems that might give protection. I don't know if there are such as radiant gems. Some new radiant gem being discovered from an adventure in the past few months.
No, not in the past few months. I could always do research if you want. Maybe there are some gems in your world that have touched that plane in some way, or can actually help connect things. How do you connect to those planes with these gems? I mean, that's probably
I feed them to my bracer, and then they give me either resistance or immunity to that damage type. But it's not. So, I mean, I'll go through it with him. So it's like, I have an emerald, ruby, topaz, opal. I'll go through the damage types they protect. So, but I'd have never heard of a gem that gives protection, or I haven't yet found in my travels or heard of a gem that gives protection from necrotic, not necromancy, necrotic damage.
Yeah. No, if you don't mind, leaving me your bracer for a few hours, I can at least try and see what kind of connection it makes with the gems. That could help me to do a bit of research. I might be able.
So
to
I
find
can't
something.
actually get my bracer off.
Oh.
But if you want, I could sit here for 2 hours and you could study my bracer.
Okay. It might be a bit uncomfortable. How flexible are you?
I'm not bad. Medium.
Okay.
And Ollie's just thinking, like, crap, is this one hitting on me too?
Actually, I have a pretty high dex and acrobatics. I'd say I'm quite flexible.
Okay. Well, okay then. Well, just take a seat over there, and we'll do this. That's gonna be slightly strange.
Yeah, sorry.
Right. No, that's okay. That's okay.
It just doesn't come off. So.
No, I get it. Don't worry. Okay, I've never done this. Okay, so hold out your arm like this. Okay, and he starts giving you. Yeah. What happened to Tobiyashi? I think it's him. All right. Well, that's Tobiyashi.
Oh.
The message starts well. Shit. My power went out. All right.
Oh God.
All right. Well, apparently we go to what you tell Sira while Kaharthane is doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just asked Sarah, so I don't know what her response would have been to what the cults asked for, if they asked for anything when I had requested that gold for my gift.
All right. So yeah, you ask Sira. Sira says, yes, actually. They did ask us to tell them immediately when the gift was ready. They would like to send a delegation with the gift. Proper introduction.
You could let them know no delegation will be necessary. I am the delegation.
Okay. Well, in that case, maybe that's probably a good idea if you tell them yourself, because we did have to remove a few tracking spells that they put on the gems that they sent.
Oh, okay. But there is no tracking. The gift's being made without any tracking spells on it.
Oh no, don't worry. There's been a lot of attempt to track us made in the past year, so and to be honest, so far your world hasn't shown us any noteworthy ability to pierce through our defense. So,
do you believe the gift? Nothing they sent has interfered with the gift, right? It just was used to pay for it. The gift is still progressing.
Oh, and it is nearly ready, I believe, on 1 or 2 days, and it will be done.
Okay. Good. Yeah, honestly, actually, you know what? I'll take care of notifying them. Don't worry about it. Just don't notify them. You don't need to listen to the commands of my church anyway. I'm sure you're quite busy. I'll take care of it.
Oh, don't worry. We didn't mind much the near command level request that they gave.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, they'll need to work much harder than this if they want to intimidate anyone here.
Okay. Audia's play is now just to bring the gift and then say that Sarah never told him that he was supposed to let them know before a delegation. Alright. Cool, thank you. Alright, thanks for letting me know.
No problem. It's quite an interesting priestess you have.
Yeah, childhood friend and all that.
She talks a lot.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, have a good day, Sarah.
You as well.
Actually, no, before you go, did you have any impressions of her besides she talks a lot, or just she talks a lot? What if you were to give me like an impression of her?
7 out of 10?
Well, I can read the hormones you're legging out with this, so I don't know if I would. She takes a moment. Huh? That's the first time that someone had asked me to appraise someone that they should have already appraised. Well, she's charismatic.
Yes.
Rather eloquent.
Yes, I'd agree with those.
Very sure of herself. Bit forceful.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that she's always thinking of something, always making a plan, or a plan about a plan. So,
Here's another question: does she seem fanatical or very like in control? Like I'm sure you've known some priests in your day. Does she seem fanatical or no?
where would you place yourself in this ladder? Ladder, sorry.
I would have said I was quite fanatical when you first met me.
Okay.
Compared to how I was when you first met me. Let's go with that.
So,
when I first came to the garden.
So the first time I met you, you'd place yourself where in a scale to 1 to 10?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Where would you have placed me?
Oh.
I'm not care where I would have placed myself. I want to know how you compared her to where I was at the beginning.
Yes. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you and 1 being the most passive person I've ever met on your world?
Yeah, like, yes. That 1 being Fisher.
A 2 would be a Protestant.
Well, if that's the only scale you're giving me, I'd say 15. She doesn't show it, but her goal is definitely to evaluate someone as she's speaking to that person, always in the mindset of conversion.
But, okay, let me rephrase this in a way. Do you feel her fanatical is for something she believes in or for her own gain? And that might be too much that you might have been able to figure out in a brief conversation. But just your immediate sense.
It's not that it's hard to tell. It's that it's hard to be sure of how distinct this is, because I of course say personal gain, but then again, everything she said was oriented toward her faith, and if her faith defines her as much as she makes it sound, then it is all for her faith.
The faith. Let me think of another. So again, similar to how I was when you first met me, because I know I truly believed in the dragon and its mission. Do you get that same sense from her, or do you not? In her preachings, or when she's preaching?
I'd say it's definitely the vibe that she gives, a blind faith into something.
Okay.
But what makes me pause is that you seem to truly believe in the light that your God shines. And that showed. While she truly believes in her God, I am not as convinced that she speaks for the greatest light.
Thank you, Sarah. That was most helpful. I appreciate your insights.
All right. And just like in that little voice, it really did feel like Sierra was talking of something. She was being much more serious than she usually is. And because of that, it makes you feel like she's seen so much more than you ever thought she might have seen. There's a good reason she's the logistic officer of the garden,
There's a good reason I asked for her insight.
Might even say she's very serious.
Yeah. Oh, audience has so much to think about. Okay.
All right. So, while all of that conversation was happening and you were being twisted in a pretzel by Kaharthane, who was prodding and poking and prodding that little bracer that you have, he looks at you after all of this. That was an interesting conversation you had with Syrah. Are you having any problems at home?
With my tribe, I don't know. I haven't talked to them in a long time. With my old childhood friend, we'll see.
Well, it's always difficult when things seems to change right under your feet.
Yeah. I fear that our paths may have diverged, and maybe a long time ago, and maybe it's taken me till recently to realize.
Well, if it is enlightenment that you are reaching, then that is a good thing. If it's just being lost in the dark, maybe you should try and talk to Thayag. She is linked to so much more than everyone else.
Maybe I'll do so. Thank you, Carthan. Oh, did you figure out anything?
Yeah, well, I have one last question. Can your arm twist further than this? And it feels like the way that he's twisting your arm right now, it feels like he's about to dislocate your shoulder.
If you dislocated my shoulder, yes, and then put it back into place with healing magic. But that sounds quite painful.
Yes, I've heard it is. Okay, then I'll
I mean, if you have a numbing agent and can fix it, I'm willing to do it if it helps your research, but...
Well, to be honest, I'm not exactly sure. How mild of a numbing agent do you want?
Strong.
No, I mean...
Oh.
I mean on you, because there's always the cognitive approach.
Oh.
But
if you had one that just, dulled my, pain receptors, but didn't actually dull my mind, that would be fine.
He was about to reach for a crystal when you said dull the pain receptors, but the moment you say without dulling my mind, he just okay.
I mean, how long would it take if you needed to dislocate? How long would it take to do that X part of the thing you?
Well, no, it's just that I really need to have the armband. Is Fisher a Fisher? Yeah, someone in the chat just realized Fisher's name. He was a Fisher, yes. It's part of his background. He spent most of the time that during which he became self-aware on a fishing boat as a fisherman. It's okay. Don't worry, we don't mind that you asked the question. No, it's just that I need to evaluate something inside of it, and I'm not sure that you can actually suspend yourself in midair, and how I need to take that reading. That's why I was asking if you're flexible enough for your arm to twist a little bit more. Are you afraid?
No, not without dislocating.
Sam, are you afraid that I'm gonna tear off your arm?
I mean, if you're getting this, would be the place to do it because I'm pretty sure the garden has ways to regrow it.
Audience wasn't worried at all about him actually doing it. Just like, yeah, if you go a little further, it'll dislocate, but whatever.
I mean, you pop it out, you pop it back in. It's not that big a deal. It's just the pain.
I don't know why. That also sounds so Dragonborn saying that. It's just pain. Come on, you can dislocate it for more than that. Come on, as long as you don't tear it off. All right. Well, he figures a way out using a combination of crystals. You're not sure why you have to put one crystal under your armpit and the other one between your legs, but you're pretty sure he knows what he's talking about. So he managed to get all of the reading he needs. Right, so I'm gonna do a bit of research. It might take a little bit of time because I gotta figure out all of that information, how that goes. And then I have to figure out if there's any gems on your world that can actually connect properly to this type of energy.
Alright. Well, I think I'll be going on a quest soon for Toby, but we'll be back in hopefully not too much longer. Hopefully it won't take more than a week. I don't think it should take me.
Was that one of the reasons why he just bought a huge crystal from me?
Maybe. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, he was just here a few moments ago.
Toby kind of does his own thing, and I just trust it'll work out.
Okay. Well, hopefully it will. Sean Lincoln? No, he didn't shove it up the behind hole. He just put it between. It's... I understand the confusion, but... Alright, well, good luck on your quest. I'll let you know as soon as I have finished my analysis. Like I said, shouldn't take more than a few days. Well, who knows? The research might take more, but...
Thank you. I'll be back when I have the chance.
All right. Good. All right. Well, if anyone needs something else, I'll be here. Or I might be in the Dwarven capital. I sometimes go there. So if you ever want to talk to me and I'm not here, I could just be there also. In case it's urgent, you know. Anything else?
Nope. I don't know if Remy and Jorg are done with their clothing shopping.
Well, I was thinking of going to the break if you're done. Maybe give a few moments for Toby.
All right, because Toby's gone. Yeah. Power went out. Yeah, we could go to the break.
Try and figure out how I can get a picture over his head so he doesn't have that odd grin. All right. Well, we're gonna go on a break, and in the chat, Sean Lincoln. Well, Dungeons and Dragons. It's fairly easy to get started. The rules in 5th edition have been greatly simplified. I think too simplified in my for my taste, but for common people who wants to get started, yeah, it's become extremely simple. All right. let's go to the break, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. So you have time to go to the bathroom, and we'll try and figure out if Tobiashi's going to be back. See you in 15 minutes. Bye.
See ya.
Hello, we're back. As you can see, Tobiyashi's still missing. I was trying to give him a few more moments, but apparently the blackout is not just one building, focused on one building. So, we're gonna have to do with 3 party members for the end of the stream. Wow. All right.
Damn. Well, I was gonna say when Toby got back, he walks in on me trying on a bunch of the fancy cloaks.
Well, he definitely does. It's just that he seems to be very focused on a gem that he bought. You know, he sort of just looks at it and he seems to want to be really absorbed by it and seems frustrated that he isn't achieving that. And if the light comes back, well, he'll come out of his frustration.
So, Rainy popping out with wearing a Speedo of confidence.
All right, so, well, that's an odd encounter. Just everyone. Ah, you're just wearing underwear, and you're wearing a purple cloak with blue polka dots.
Well, yeah, my purple coat is cool looking. Should I get it?
And you just hear Tobiyashi says, yeah, that's cool. And just keeps looking into the crystal.
And then yet another tally in Raimi's like a mental list of offenses gets marked next to Jorg.
Jorg, one day
right.
Remy will try and kill you.
Isn't copy the greatest
One
form
day.
of flattery, though?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, or trying to steal his fashion sense.
You know, if Remy had just met Jorg, he might think it's a way of complimenting him, but because he knows Jorg, he leans more on
It's like, oh, so now you're just gonna start mocking me?
Don't attribute malice to what can be attributed to incompetence is a saying I think I've heard.
And now Remy remembers this forever. And that's how he remembers Jorg.
So in other words, it's like Raimi has to keep deciding whether Jorg is incompetent or malevolent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think either one makes Jorg look good.
No, but
Mm.
one is less dangerous for him.
Mhm.
All right. So, with this awkward group of 3 players, which apparently it took much longer for Fisher to chrome himself, and Tobiyashi completely transfixed with a gem.
Well, you see, Fisher got too wrapped up in like getting all the extensions, so that's really slowing down his chrome.
You know, you just want to make sure that everything that can stretch is fully stretched so that there are no moments where the chrome doesn't shine through.
Like, hopefully doesn't regret his decision, just decide to go with Mozilla Firefox instead.
Okay. Took me a moment to get it. I don't use Chrome. So,
Yeah, use Firefox or DuckDuckGo.
Although, you know what? Ironically, DuckDuckGo. Actually, this with Tobiyashi not being here, so it's like actually this would be an excellent opportunity. Raimi would actually, I guess, while Tobiyashi is still distracted with gems, which, like husband, I guess. It's like Raimi actually shows the other two feathers to the store owner, then minor illusions a gift box, and then points back at Tobiyashi. If you'll recall, the two feathers, one was the Mist Raven, and then the other one was the
Harpy?
I keep forgetting. Huh?
Harpy?
No, it wasn't a harpy. It was. We keep calling it a harpy, but it wasn't a harpy.
Oh yeah.
I have it in my notes.
Oh, good heavens!
It begins with a P.
Peregrine Falcon.
Periton.
Okay, yeah.
Periton.
Yes, Periton. Brings the two feathers out, brings them together. And then actually gives a small slideshow of all of Tobiyashi's attempt to be a ninja.
With a few of them being slightly humiliating, yeah.
Yeah, basically if the intention gets across, essentially Raimi is hoping to give a gift to Tobiyashi that would, among other things, make him feel more like a ninja. And I feel like both of the abilities of the creatures those feathers came from would actually be perfect for that.
Yeah. No, it's...
Because one was a teleporting mist raven, and then at the very least, the other creature was able to disguise their shape. Well, not disguise their shape, but make their shape seem elsewise from what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it could probably be altered also to give it a ninja-y feel, in the sense that he could shapeshift in a puff of smoke. So...
At that suggestion, Raimi gives a thumbs up on that.
Okay, that's definitely possible. It's definitely doable. Gonna take a little bit of time to see how the two feathers can be mixed without catastrophic failure. And as soon as I figure out what type of enchantment that could simulate, I'll give you a prize. But definitely, it's yeah.
I mean, at least in terms of 5e items, it's you could probably draw inspiration from the Cloak of the Montbank, as well as from the what's the thinking?
Is it in the monster manual. Not the.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like.
No, it's not a mistake in his name. That's really how he wanted to spell it. Okay, so it's not in the Dungeon Master Guide.
Oh, see, the cape, not cloak.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like basically, it doesn't have to be like a dimension door. It's like, but essentially, it gives like a one.
Probably more be similar to Misty Step.
Well, yeah, but so it's like basically the item itself. It's like it gives the ability to cast like a dimension door, and when you do so, it makes like a puff of smoke appear.
Yeah, it's the
like
it's the body okay, here it is. Rare. It's the body alteration that I'm wondering. Well, like I said, I'm gonna figure out the object and exactly what type of enchantment would duplicate this best, and I'm gonna establish a cost with this. Because if I take too long, the audience is gonna fall asleep. So.
Oh yeah, no, it was just like one of those things. It's like I was gonna like message about it later. It's just like since like Tobiyashi was like in the call, it's just like wait, no, this is perfect because he's not here. It's like, and odds are he's not going to go back to this section. So.
So it's gonna be a surprise. Yeah, okay. No, sure. So probably gonna be something like Misty Step and what's
maybe alter or disguise self.
Something like that. Yeah. Warlock.
The Mask of Many Faces.
Yes,
I think it was
that one. Probably gonna be a mix of both. And as soon as I figure out the level of the enchantment of both, I'm gonna be able to give you a price.
I haven't spent my gold on much, so it probably shouldn't be out of range, as it were.
Yeah. All right. No
Mind
problem.
you, I am saving, but you know.
Yeah. And since he does like his pink cloak quite a lot, probably gonna be another type of clothing piece. Because I'm not sure he's gonna want to remove his clothes.
Well, or even better, it's like if a potential like a small third enchantment, like what if it was like again kind of like adding to the ninja theme. It's like what if it was kind of like a chameleon sort of deal. It's like where it matched whatever else he was wearing, so that it always.
Okay. Yeah.
Because sometimes he's pink, sometimes he dials it all the way to like white, and sometimes he dials it all the way to black. So
yeah.
What if what if it did the same? Okay. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a cloak. It could be
that's what I was
maybe
thinking.
like a ninja scarf or.
We're going to the anime territory now. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah, that could be interesting. Okay. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna take note so that I don't forget about it. So let's call it a ninja scarf.
Look, I complain a lot about like what anime has done to D&D. It's like but.
I don't mind it so much because one of my first group of players, half of it had difficulty seeing what I was describing in their mind. So I just made them watch a whole bunch of anime, and just imagine that when I talk. It helped. So
Like,
I'm
all right,
making
your
an
homework. It's like your homework for next week is to watch the entirety of Gurren Lagann, and
Hell yeah.
Well, I started with Records of Lodoss War because it's more D&D oriented, but but I remember that they like Lena Inverse a lot, so yeah, I made them watch the whole thing. But eventually they just got stuck on Ranma, so didn't help much in the end. But anyway, all right. So with this piece of shopping done, you audience. I completely forgot to remove the swamp music. When I said audience, you could hear the dog go.
Swamp music.
So,
audience falling asleep to duck noises.
well, we can easily say,
he secretly
yeah.
is in love with Remy. Listens to
Oh,
duck noises.
yeah, the music, of course. All right, so because you're all mostly in the same district of the garden, I can easily just say that, oh, goodness, as you are walking out with Remy an order in mind, Jorg also an order in mind, Tobiashi very transfixed, and look who's there. You see audience. Well, probably Remy sees audience because the others aren't paying attention to audience as much. You see audience. No, he's leaving a store, and then, you just see him go. Your shoulder is probably going to be a bit stiff because he nearly dislocated it. But the gem did help to gain flexibility for a few minutes.
All right. So, do I see them or no?
If I say you'd have to roll perception, are you going to say you will, or are you going to say I'm going to wait until Remy sees me?
I mean, I'll roll it. So I'd go say hi if I roll it, otherwise. All right, it's a nat 20. I see them.
Damn. It's just...
You're on high alert.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Your shoulder hurts just a little bit. And, because of that, you're more alert. You come out, you're just going, what are they doing here?
I'll wander over. I'll be like, you guys get your shopping done?
I did. I got nothing.
I did as well. I revamped my gems and did a little research. Oh.
Toby was doing gem stuff too.
Yeah, Tobiashi has a huge gem in his hand, and he's really, really focusing hard on it.
Well, we actually have our party together, or most of our party. We're missing Fisher. How is everyone's, before I forget again, before we go on another venture, how is everyone's healing potions doing? Do people have healing potions? Besides Remy, who I assume has healing potions.
Better question. Did you check
I
them
have
all?
one greater potion of healing. So I could probably get more. That wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, Toby, do you have... Oh, Toby's not here.
Toby's not here.
Toby's too focused on a gem. Yeah. Does his character sheet have
Hold on.
potions
I'll
of
try
healing?
and see.
I start snooping through his pockets,
Yeah.
looking for
You know, he feels a little bit awkward with you doing this. He'd feel better if it was Remy, but alright, come on. It,
Remy adds
Remy, get in
another
here.
note. Remy adds another note to his list.
what is that? Alright.
But yeah, Raimi has 2 regular healing potions, 2 graders, and 1 superior.
Yeah, Remy's good.
I need to go stock up.
Tobiyashi has 6 potion of greater healing. Come on, the microphone just keeps doing that.
Toby has 6? What did he get 6?
I don't know. It just says potion quantity 6, and it's potion of healing greater.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get potions because I have 0. But we don't need to make a scene out of that. I'll just let you know how many I buy.
Yeah, I'll buy some too. How many are you buying?
This ain't a scene, it's a...
I don't know. I feel like with the number of time that Tobiyashi falls in a battle, I feel like he should have less potion than that.
Well, the thing is, I can at least understand probably why, though, because his bonus action's always covered by something.
Yeah, that is true.
When does he have time to drink?
Mm-hmm.
Potion.
When he's not in combat.
Healing.
Yeah,
How much are superior potions of healing? They are
standard cost, which is hold on. I think there is a price. Damn it. There's a price table. Oh, that's why.
I think that's one of the ones that like has a set price. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. I think it is in.
I mean, regulars are 50.
I know regulars are 50.
Yeah, is it Xanathar's Guide to Everything?
I can't remember. I feel like somewhere either around 150 or 200. I don't remember what it is.
Oh, come on.
You know, like the potions never really got a specific price, but based on their rarity, it's like the intention is that whatever the price is for their rarity, cut it in half. Or basically any consumable works that way. But
All right, here we have it. I believe that normal healing is 50 gold. Is that it?
Yeah. Normal healing
Then
is
that
50.
would mean that greater healing is 200 gold. Superior healing would be 2,000, and supreme healing would be 20,000.
That sounds wrong, but okay.
Well, it's because I have the chart here for making the potions. It's 25 gold for healing, 100 gold for greater healing, 1,000 gold for superior healing, and 10,000 gold for supreme healing.
Maybe I did not think potions of healing superior were that much, but I guess I'm wrong. I thought they were like cut down from that.
well, you know, it's really all about just how much healing that a single potion provides with a single action. Because like once you get to supreme, you know.
Yeah, no, I knew supreme was pretty expensive. I just thought superior was less, but I am.
I can always look. So what's the rarity of a greater healing?
It's an uncommon.
Uncommon? Alright, let's see if we can.
You know, in the 2014 version of the rules, the recommended pricing is anywhere between but anything up to like 500.
So 200 isn't all that bad.
And then rare rarity up to 5,000.
Yeah, so 2,000. No, it's right. 2,000 sounds about right then.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to very rare, then you're looking at 50,000. Excuse me, yeah, 50,000.
Between 5,000 and 50,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
20,000. All right, well.
All right. Well, I am going to go get 3. I'm going to spend 6,000 on 3 potions of healing superior.
How much money do you have?
A lot.
Okay. I have like 1,200. So I'm going to.
How did you not get all the money we split from? There's no way you only have 12,000 unless you bought something. Because you should have had. I feel like you should have had more split.
What about when I wasn't in the party when I was
That's
in the
what it would have
Oh,
been.
was he not when we got our big influx?
shard?
Well, you might have split the money between the 4 of you. So unless you want to give
Oh,
part
is
of the
Jorg
money...
not with us? Okay, Jorg.
Mhm.
might
He
not be
literally
with us.
did not come back until after we came back.
That's,
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So remember
why.
we did that whole thing at the garden trying
Okay.
to extract Jorg from the gym?
That's okay. That's why he doesn't have any money. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I can buy potions for him. That's not a big deal.
Thank you.
For reference, Jorg, I'm sitting at about 57,000 gold right now.
Holy cow!
Yeah, but he has a dragon that wants most of that to remain untouched, so...
Yeah,
No.
but I will buy.
Buy
will
me like 1 or 2, and or just one of the. Don't spend too much on me if there's a dragon that you're in debt to.
I'm not in debt,
It's his
Oh,
bracelet.
okay.
There's a little dragon living inside
but I
of it.
do want.
Oh, I remember that guy.
He wants
I'm also
money.
buying potions because I have the satchel of healing, which means I can use it. I don't know how much you need potions since you have spells. but
Yeah,
it
I've
would be
got
good for you at
healing
least to have
spells.
a
I haven't
couple.
needed any, but yeah, I'd like to
If
have
you
more than
have
one just in
A
case.
couple. I'll buy you a potion of healing superior and 2 potions of healing greater.
Okay. Toby might be able to spare.
No, I'll buy it. How much is that? That's 2,000 and 500, so 3,000. Am I right on that?
So it was.
Hold on, that's our guide. So you say 1 greater? No, you said 1 superior?
1 superior, 2 greater.
2 greater, that's
Isn't that 3,000?
2,000. No, superior would be 2,000 for 1, and greater 200. So it would be 2,400.
400. Oh, it's only 200 for greater. Okay, yeah, so 2,400. So
Wow.
in total, that's 6. So that's 8,400.
600
Okay.
less gold than you thought.
Yeah.
You just saved 600 gold. Do you want to buy more?
Okay. No.
Yeah, you thought you spent all that? Might as well spend it on something else.
All right, let me get,
Yeah, you
Well, thank you for that.
You thought it was gonna cost 600 more gold. You could always buy 3 other greater potions of healing.
I'm good. All right.
No, you don't have to. I'm teasing you.
There you go, Joker. I have some potions for a dire situation.
Thank you.
All right. So, everything's been bought. You know that Sarn will be somewhere along the road to the little village that you're going to. Tobiashi has told you that what he wants is a nature touch branch. So you're all going to a druidic grove, which for you, Jorg, is kind of fun because that's your thing. It's for a druid going to a grove. It's the same thing as for a normal priest saying, "Oh, we're going to a large temple of yours." You know, it's
I'm excited.
yeah, of course.
Wasn't there another druid coming with us?
Sarn.
Or no? There was some...
Connie.
Yes.
Wanted to come also.
Yeah, Connie wanted to come. I guess we should go pick up Connie and tell her we're leaving. I guess I want to message Connie and tell her we're leaving. Soon. Are we leaving today or are we leaving tomorrow?
Well, you'd planned to leave tomorrow because Tobiashi was missing and then he was here and then he's missing again. So maybe we should stick to saying you're leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, we could leave. We could just start
The
traveling.
quest without Tobiashi.
We don't have to reach the grove yet.
Is there
Tobiashi,
anything
we're
Fisher
gonna
wanted
start.
to do before we left?
We're gonna start your quest without you, and then you just.
Oh yeah, Fisher was with the gnomes. We should probably go rescue him.
I think he left the gnomes, but I don't know.
Okay. Hope so.
At the end of the session.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. So Tobiashi decides to go to bed early because he really wants to meditate on that crystal. He does mumble something about because Kaharthane kept saying that he could hear singing inside of the crystal, and he bought it because he felt like it wasn't the best of thing to leave something that may be singing to him in his shop, but you're kind of thinking that it may not be the best thing also for Tobiashi, seeing as how he is focused on that gem. But, he decides to go to his room and start meditating on the crystal. So leaving you probably at the tavern.
Yeah.
And then
Do we want to put out like an initial quest board for any adventurers going and gathering initial information for us on the old place of Bahanor if we're going to go up there, or do we want to just do all the exploration ourselves?
Can't help you with that decision.
No, I was asking the other members of the party.
Sorry, what did you say?
So
Do
essentially,
we want to put like
do you want to add yourself a side quest by going exploring the ruins of Bahanor in the present, or do you want to pay someone else to do that?
I mean, sounds kind of cool.
I also was asking, even if we do we want to have someone initially go scout it for us and then bring us back some a more determined map and area points of interest to make life easier for us, or do we just want to go in blind?
Just see. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we just going blind.
Just go in blind.
So whatever you want to do, it is an interesting idea because you can mix that information with the information that you could get from the bard, and it can be an interesting detour because you are literally preparing for the last 3 chapters of the story. So any preparation you can have is not only good for surviving the last 3 challenges, but also can be good for your level. So and audience will most likely at one point want to go back to his home village and confront whatever is happening there. So it can also be an interesting jump from here to where Baranor was, which you know is much higher up north, and then going to visit his childhood village and visit the bard at the same time.
Yep.
Can be an interesting voyage and an interesting last preparation for that little 3-chapter. Well, of course, there's going to be a last fight, so 4 chapter, but
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we'll just go in blind. It's fine.
okay.
We could just, should we wait for Toby and Fisher to make that decision, or just?
I mean, I assume Toby will want to go in blind, and I assume Fisher won't really have a problem with it. But we can wait.
Toby is a bit
I'm good
impatient
with just doing
for a
it.
monk.
Yeah.
I mean, then again,
Yeah.
they're also outnumbered.
They are also outnumbered. We
True.
could just vote without them.
Then we if we are all voting to go in.
And I'm the leader, so my vote counts as 2. So.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow! Audience for the first time in the campaign has
Hell
officially
yeah.
proclaimed the role of
Audience
leader.
pulling rank.
When it doesn't matter.
All right.
Let's do it.
Alright.
All right. Well, you're in the tavern. If you want to,
Trying to
Add-
think what else to do. Are there any characters of interest in the tavern?
you know, you gotta find things to do. We gotta cover another 40 minutes before we can end the stream. So, come on, fill in.
Let's get some dinner. I can I could just make us.
Sam's idea wasn't bad. We could start the travel before the end of the stream, and just
Ooh.
get the arrival at the village for next stream.
Yeah.
So,
That's how I was thinking. We
Do
can
it.
travel going.
all right. So Toby actually already went to his bed because anyway he can't eat in the tavern because he's on a diet, so he doesn't start multiplying. So
So, you know what we could do, which could be fun? Audience is going to ask if there are any reports of any low-level bandit parties on the initial way towards where they're going in the village. No, I'm kidding. Some just level 1 bandits specifically. Like a little... No.
you look
So mean.
you look on the quest board, you know, trying and find the quests which are gray, you know. Oh, okay, bandits, gray. Nice. We'll do that.
I mean, we could probably fight like 5 level 1 bands before the end of the session.
You know, this is like being in an
Is it
MMO
Is that
where
bullying though?
A bit.
no, this is more like you know, like how some people like when they get high enough level, it's like they like to go back to the early areas and like start wiping out all the monsters in one hit. But then like
Yeah.
all the players that are starting out still, like they can't seem to finish their quests because they can't get to the thing that they're trying to defeat in time to actually get credit for killing it.
There are no monsters, you know. You just go jumping everywhere and get the aggro for every monster. You just see this train of monster following that one player, and then suddenly he turns around and he logs out. God damn it! And for all of the original World of Warcraft players, I'll just say one name, one place, and it'll give you nightmare. Oberdeen. Here you go. You got your nightmare. There was this shadow priest on my server who kept coming back and putting himself PvP active and just killing the players. And, well, he was avoiding the players, but he would be killing every vendors and guards inside of that little town for the entire evening. And he was good. So most player, even the same level, wouldn't be able to kill him one-on-one. You had to have several players attacking him. Ugh. So annoying. Alright, so you're here in the tavern, plotting the downfall of bandits on the road. And suddenly, out of nowhere, there is a gnome that arrives and comes to your table and just looks at all of you. He says, "Here, you're gonna need this." And he gives each one of you one little ball the size of a ball bearing. Or no, not a ball bearing, that's too small. More like a marble stud. It's pitch black. He just says, "You'll see." And he looks behind him. Just put it near your eyes when Fisher arrives. And he starts walking away.
I don't want to put anything the gnomes give me by my eyes, to be honest.
Regardless, he left 3 of those on the table and left.
I'm not going to touch them. I trust nothing.
So you have a brief moment where you're all looking at one another when Fisher arrives with the... And then suddenly, Fisher enters.
Blinded by the light.
Oh, God.
Fisher enters, fully chromed. Head to toe. He even chromed the sword.
Okay, so we're never stealthing anywhere ever again.
But just to make it even worse, as you're entering, you see a whole bunch of gnomes appearing out of nowhere and just flashing lights in his direction. Yeah, it does about like that, audience. Flashing light in his direction. You just see all of these lights starting bouncing off everywhere, glaring. Everyone inside of the room. Some people just you just and and of course, you hear one gnome start playing music. And you see a lot of gnomes starting to dance as Fisher gets blinded by all of the light being shined on his chromed body.
It's certainly a look.
So the little balls that you were given, they're sunglasses, gnomish version.
I assume.
They're
but
sunglass
I'm not going to put
spells.
anything by my eyes.
You don't need attunement. Sunglass spells. Oddly enough, Fisher looks, well, as expressive as his face can be. Kinda proud of himself.
That's a way to phrase it.
He just sits at the table
Wow.
and asks, So what's up?
They're very shiny.
What did you do? And why?
I'm gonna go off on the reaction he had when he realized he could chrome himself. He's gonna giggle just a little bit. And he's gonna say he found a new friend.
It's like,
God.
actually, this is really scary, guys. Fisher is giggling.
Not a long giggle, really just a giggle chuckle, because that's the reaction he had when he realized he could chrome himself.
Well then.
Yep.
Yep. Now you're Chrome.
Yeah.
He slowly pulls out his lantern.
You're gonna join in with with the gnomes.
Pauses for a moment. Then fairy fires Fisher.
Oh.
So now we almost literally have a disco ball.
And just like playing around with the shutters.
Yep, audience, you're right. Fisher will never stealth again. He already had disadvantage, so.
Was that like a -5 penalty or something?
Disadvantage is the equivalent of a -5, yes.
Yeah. But I'm saying he already had the disadvantage. So does he now have like a -5 on top?
I'd say that he cannot attempt stealth if there is a strong enough light source in the room.
Fair enough.
Oof.
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's the base criteria of stealthing. You need to be able to not be seen for a brief moment at least. Well, that window has just decreased for Fisher.
If there's any light. Well,
Pass without a trace is still gonna work.
yeah. It'll
Now it's
be
more of a
even more
requirement
essential
than
to prepare now.
The fish it already was a requirement, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the gnomes have an interesting evening, shining light on Fisher, and then seeing that Remy just adds to this shininess. And you see several orbs being taken out, and the moment being immortalized.
Welcome to GnomeTube.
You hear a gnome, not far from you, Remy, saying, "He just made me a really rich person."
Yeah. Yeah, he's a content farm in and of himself.
I'm so grateful.
This is where we find out that he also made like a ton of bets.
Well, you weren't wrong. when you said that while Fisher was thinking of all of this, there were a pile of gnomes somewhere just screaming out new bets. It's just that they weren't in another room. They were in the place here just going, can we get something started with this? Yeah, I want to bet that he's going to just chrome his head. No, I'm going to bet that he's going to chrome everywhere. Nah, he's not.
He's gonna chrome everywhere, and he's gonna love it.
So, yeah. Fisher is now chromed.
Yep.
Audience, do you want to call Connie?
Sure. I will call Connie.
I don't know why. I feel like you have the perfect appearance right now. You know, it's like Fisher is right next to you. For you, I think it's on your left because of the light source.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fisher who's actually there, you know, being lit up with all of the flashlights from the gnomes and Remy's fairy fire, and and I do feel like audience probably has the exact same look that you have right now. Oh God.
All right,
Connie?
I'll call Connie.
Takes a moment, but she answers. Twice in so little time.
Yep. We wanted to let you know we were leaving for the Grove tomorrow for Toby's quest.
Oh yes,
You said
yes,
you wanted
yes.
to come with us.
Yes, absolutely. That's gonna be very interesting. I've never traveled to a grove. I've heard from Sarn that it is a very important one. The villagers were told to be very mindful of it. It must be incredible.
Jorg is very excited.
I'm eager to see what's going to be the center of the grove, because every grove always has a center. There's always either a reflecting pool, a tree giving special fruits. Sometimes that does not happen very often, but I've even heard of very special groves which actually grows a wilderness shard at the center of it.
That'll be cool. Maybe we can get some more special water for Oranek.
I didn't know he needed special water, but yeah, definitely.
I don't know. He says I don't really understand it, but he says he likes special. He got mad at me when I used regular water last time, so I now know there is some special water we use.
Okay, well then, yeah, of course. Water, any type of water you'd find in a grove would definitely be very magical in nature. I mean, I've seen a grove once that had a huge tree and all of these little sparkling lights. They were like fireflies, but they were different colors. It was amazing, and there was this little kind of pond all around it, very shallow, but still stagnant water that's not actually stagnant, and all of the magic just emanated from all of it. It was amazing. From what Sarn says, it's probably going to be something like this. I really can't wait to see this.
Well, I'm excited that you're excited.
Now that I think about it, what I'm describing is kind of what's going on in the background right now. It's like, what's going on back there?
Audience is like, it'll be a nice vacation for me, and I'm excited that the dudes are excited.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to be something for them. And I've heard Tobiashi's really, really excited about this because something about a demon spider. Personally,
Yeah.
yeah. Personally, I don't understand why people like. I was gonna say like him, but it's honestly like so many others want demonic pets. I mean, to me, it's just inviting evil in your home. But you know.
Toby's an odd one. He's also technically a slime, though, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. So the rumors are true.
Yes.
Slime person.
Yeah.
Actually, are we supposed to call this a slime person? Isn't there a more proper qualification? I know something like a amoeba rex or something like this. I don't know.
I call him Sludge Man.
Sludge man.
Do you?
No, that's what I say at that moment.
You should start.
Well, I don't know. It's just the word man that feels like it's too mundane. You know, when there's new life form, the librarians and things like this, they always want to give it a long arcane name.
Well, it's Sludge Man is short for Slummanicide, which is the name of his species. I'm gonna roll a deception on
Yes,
that one.
please.
I rolled a 6.
Well, the thing is that I rolled the exact same thing, so
Do we roll again?
I don't know.
Or what's-
It depends on audience's desire.
I'll roll again.
Okay,
We'll roll
I was
again.
gonna say he looks at her and it feels like she has doubts, but also
We'll roll
he's
again.
your companion. Maybe you actually know.
Like
That's
I
a-
imagine
that's a-
you're just completely straight.
This is a roll off now. We tied. We're rolling again. I got a 21.
Oh wow, no, you completely beat her on that one. Really?
She also just doesn't have a reason not to believe you.
Well, she's
Yeah.
a druid. She spends her time in the forest, so there's probably a name in the druidic tongue which would correspond, but he's convincing her that this is the arcane name for Tobiashi, so she doesn't know all that much about arcane things, so she doesn't have arcana and proficiency.
Mm-mm.
Really? That's the actual arcane name. That's okay. Wow. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's sort of something we all missed in the garden. We should probably try and do something for him. Celebrate his new state of being. Unless he doesn't like it, in that case, maybe it's more of our condolences that we should give. I don't.
I think he's fine with it. I think
All right.
he has accepted what he is. Also, if you have any books that don't have, it's a pretty new species. He actually might be his first, so you should write that down as his official name to bring.
Wow. Okay.
You could be the first to document it.
Well, I wouldn't mind, honestly. Do you think he'd mind giving me a little sample?
You could probably get one from the gnomes. They have a lot.
What if, hear me out, all the gnomes were one gnome that took the same potion?
I feel like we've changed subject now.
Jorg's
I just
on a
thought of that.
tangent. Jorg's on a tangent. You could probably get a sample from the gnomes.
Okay, I'll ask them. It'll be interesting making a few experiments on this and learning more about this new state. You never know, but sometimes you can learn that they have properties that with just a few magical plants can actually give good results. So, who knows? Maybe he has the cure for some disease in his body. Like something that you just can take out, solidify, and just give someone, like something to eat, and better chance of beating the cold.
Okay.
Yes.
Just make sure to document any of your research.
Yes, I just described vitamin C pills.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, Connie.
All right. Yes. I knew there was going to be a quest, so I didn't take on anything else. I'll be there. Any place in particular where you want us to meet?
We can just meet at the entrance in the morning at 8. Yeah. At 8. Or we could actually meet. Well, let's see. We have to travel to the town. Is there a portal near the town, or do we have to travel to the town?
No, there's going to be a little bit of travel involved. The closest portal is Otanel.
Okay, we'll meet at the portal at Othanel then at 8, and then we'll travel there.
And from there, you have 2 days of travel.
Okay. Yeah, we'll meet at the portal at Othanel at 8 then.
All right. Well, I'm really close to Otanel, so I'll just probably go there right away, and we can meet there in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can probably try and get Sarn. I heard he's close by. That way we'll all be there.
Sounds good. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Have a pleasant evening. It feels like you're celebrating for something. There's a whole lot of light coming from right next to you, so good celebration.
Yeah. I'll hang up the phone. I'll turn to Toby. I'll be like, Toby, I've now named your species. As its creator, I felt like that was kind of my right.
That's okay. He's sleeping.
Oh, right. He's not there. I'll turn to the rest of the party and be like, so I named Toby's species.
Probably the one who had the most reason to look at you a little funny is Fisher, but then again, someone has to name him at some point, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was the species name again?
I'll have to look at the stream again.
Yeah, I will as well. But yeah,
I'll definitely record it. It's gonna come up at some point.
No one tell Toby though. I think it'll be exciting if he finds out on his own.
I agree.
I mean, I already made the claim that he's not going to watch the stream, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll find out next week if he watches.
We're gonna start by asking him if he knows his real name, his real species name now. Yeah. Oh goodness! All right.
All right. I guess we'll go to bed and then start heading
The
towards
road.
Yeah.
Yep. Tomorrow morning.
All right. You all go back to your room. Obviously, gnomes follow Fisher for a little while, but they don't enter his room. You find yourself alone in your rooms. Audience, you have an odd feeling as you're getting ready to go to bed, preparing yourself. Gut feeling inside of you. Your stomach is all in a knot. You can't figure out why, but it just feels like there's something there in that quest you're about to undertake. Something that, as long as you weren't all that sure that you were going to do it, didn't feel real, but now that it does, and you're just about to go on it, and unless someone does something really stupid, like touch a crystal that they shouldn't, you're probably going to start that quest in the morning. And I know, because it happens sometime. Sometime I said, you're going to start this quest next episode unless someone does something stupid, and one of you actually does something stupid, and you find yourself having to do a quest before doing the quest. It happened once.
Audience focuses in on the image of the shielded island where the hunter cult resides and uses his helm of teleportation right before...
Or Jorg is having trouble sleeping at night, so he calls the Silver-Tongued Bard and tell him a story about what happened after Bonwood.
God, no.
So yeah, unless someone does something slightly stupid, the quest is inevitable. And you have this odd feeling, that feeling inside of your gut, audience, that this quest is not only something that's going to help Tobiashi accomplish a personal goal. There's something else tied to it. Something that you don't want to manifest itself. And succeeding that quest may actually give that to you. You just can't put your finger on it. It just feels like it's something you've heard.
Audience rolls an insight. Let's see if I can get better than 0. Last time I got a 0.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, you know what? I didn't roll insight. I rolled, because it would have to have been investigation.
Yeah.
That's what I rolled. It's not a 0. I got a 13 this time.
It's a 1.
No, it's better. It's a 13.
You try to hone into that feeling, and it feels like it's something you've heard that drew your attention personally when you were hearing something from the future. One of the final moments you've heard may be altered should this quest be successful.
All right.
But it's going to be an indirect solution. It's not going to be directly it.
Well, how does it even know? All he knows is we're going to get like some branch or something. So he just.
But there's something tied to it. And you don't get the feeling that it's directly related to Tobiashi. It's in the same quest, but there's something in there that's...
It's a literal butterfly effect.
Yes, actually, yes. That is a very good analogy. If you succeed there, it will trigger a chain of events that may ultimately alter one of the last moment before death. that you've heard.
All right. Well, audience has no idea what that means yet, but it keeps them up.
Okay. Jorg?
Mm-hmm.
How, honestly, what is Jorg's feelings toward the entire quest? Not just the element of helping Tobiashi tame a demon spider, because that part Jorg probably doesn't like it too much. But everything
No.
else, you're going to visit a grove with another druid, probably of similar strength and power than you, only just a little bit higher,
Mm-hmm.
and Sarn, which is probably one of the most powerful druid on your world right now. And this is supposed to be a big grove. Also, a big grove really close to a human village, which for a druid is cause for concern.
Mm.
So, what's
It might
Jorg's
be.
state of mind and emotions right now as he's going to sleep?
I think Jorg is excited to see a big grove. I feel like it would be kind of like going to a big city for the first time for like a not druid person. Um, but why why is it iffy for a druid grove to be near a civilization, humans or regular people?
Um,
Is it because they kind of
because
get less naturey and more?
yeah, humans tend to try and expand their village, and although
Mm,
a grove, they would have received warning from druids to not expand toward the grove. Uh, a grove can, at least as long as it's alive, really enhance the ground around it, nature around it, make it more um, fertile, bringing in magical creature. So it can bring a whole bag of bad things when close to humans.
hmm.
Magical creature can cause fear. Fertile land can create a desire to get closer to the grove, steal its
Yeah.
magical fruits. Expansion can damage the grove. Um, so a lot of things can happen with a grove like this.
Yeah. So I think he's excited mostly to see it. Like it's gonna be a cool experience. But um yeah, he's hoping that it's faring all right and not like just some big tourist attraction or yeah, hoping that they're not also trying to like be some big agricultural hub for the normal people, the non-druids.
Okay.
But
Then in that case, that night when you go to sleep and you think about all of this, you find your mind drifting off and seeing an odd compilation of image. You see
mhm.
this large tree, bigger than normal. It radiates magic, magic from the land itself. You can feel its connection there. Then, as you look at this tree a bit in awe, but really wanting to learn more about it. You see this snake-like creature moving toward the tree, and it raises up.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually quite big, more like a giant anaconda, but it's not an anaconda. There are elements which make it feel more like a huge cobra, but you see wings, and you see an odd resemblance to dragon when the wing spreads out. But you also see a large creature roaming in the shadows outside of the reach of the tree. It is looking at it hungrily. It is whispering inside of at a small army of pups, little cubs, and they're all looking at the tree, moving a bit forward, stopping, moving a bit forward, stopping, a bit fearful but enticed by what the wolf is saying. And I got it backward. I was supposed to say the wolf after the description, not before. Sorry. The shape moves a bit forward, and from the shadows, it does feel like a lupine shape moving forward. On its own, it does feel oppressing to see those two shapes. But then your eyes go up, and the sky itself feels oppressive. And you hear this chuckle coming from the heavens. Justice.
Oh God.
You see this single person wearing a cloak, walking toward the tree and looking at the snake and the wolf. And then it stares right at you. You can't see the face of the person, but you know it's staring right at you. You can feel the grin it has. You can't see it, but you know it's there. He just has that.
It doesn't feel good. I feel like I'm being punished for not taking him up on that. The hunter got up on that offer.
And with those feeling, you wake up. Sufficiently rested to have regained all of your spells, but not a lot more than that.
Oh boy. I feel like we got to get there fast. Either that or by going there or dooming them, but uh-oh.
Remy, your dreams are a bit weirder than the rest, because they're usually just a slideshow. That's how your mind works. Which is why, when it's not a slideshow, it's easier for Remy to understand that his mind is being influenced by something. you see this village. It's supposed to be a village, but there's oddities in that village. Oddities which you personally would identify as greed took too much place. It's a small village, but the fields are way too big around it. You hear that little voice coming from behind you saying, yeah. You're gonna have to do your best. Because that's not gonna end well. When you instinctively turn around to see where that voice is coming, all you see is this puff of deep purple mist that goes away. But the last thing you see in that mist is the shape of the mask of the raccoon god. The raccoon god has talked to you personally.
Remy isn't sure if he should feel honored or scared.
Well, all of you are starting to get messages from gods, which definitely means you're drawing attention. Maybe it's because Sarn is there, but this does bring back memories of what Sarn once said. You're all linked. And he could actually see the link between all of you. Maybe you've all been chosen for a greater purpose. And maybe that's why someone put so much attention into destroying you all. You know what? Maybe there isn't something wrong with you. Or maybe there is, from the perspective of the bad ones.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, you're left wondering,
So that said,
was that a warning or was that a tap on the shoulder by a god? Oh, wow.
like, and now Remy's just wondering if there's like a casino underneath one of these fields.
Well,
I'm just saying, an unseeming village with a lot of curious land space. It's like, but not much people inhabiting it. It only makes sense as an underground casino.
well, for a middle-aged village, you're not far off, because large field would indicate that they're trying to gather more food than they need. So either way, it's either a whole bunch of people letting themselves go to gluttony, or someone who's trying to sell a lot of food and so make a lot of money and probably bring corruption and
Oh, almost like they're growing a bunch of cash crop and then taking advantage of the extra fertility means that they can essentially keep farming that cash crop over and over.
Nothing lets you directly connect the village you saw to where you're going, but at the same time, Remy has such a high passive investigation that he probably has a really strong intuition telling him, you know, maybe that's all connected.
And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends.
But also, last time the raccoon god talked to you all very directly, it involved the quest of the hunter god. What's gonna happen in there?
We'll see.
Well, if history tells us anything, fog, wolves, and lightning.
This is when George switches classes to a hunter cultist.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'll just take
they're still all druids priests, so it's probably just would be a change of subclass.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another one.
Another.
But Jorg would need to lose his neutrality to go there because the hunter god is a fallen druidic god. He lost his balance and only favors the hunt and no longer the balance between hunter and prey.
Yeah.
Do it. I'll become an oathbreaker. We're all turning.
Yeah. Oaths are for chumps.
The only way to defeat evil is by becoming the greater evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's how that
what
works.
what I'm hearing is that you want the next campaign to be the quest to kill the 5 of you. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Including all the items
Yeah.
and abilities.
What happens when the... Hey, I mean, listen. Apparently the hunter cult and my religion are already allies. Listen, when Jor becomes the leader of the hunter cult and I become the leader of my religion under the evil god, and then we combine forces and no, I'm kidding.
You know what? It's I think Christopher Nolan was right. It's like you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become God.
Well, in this case, I'd go more with the if you stare into the abyss stares back into you. Because we literally have the eyes of the abyss as a god watching all of this.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, that was your night for each one of you. And when you wake up, you're all, well, probably slightly disturbed, but ready to begin your day.
All right.
And with this, I think we'll end to today's stream because we're missing a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have at least 4 players next episode. I hope it's gonna be 5. We'll see.
Hopefully Toby's back since it's his quest.
That's probably the one that I want the most to be back because he's the one who instigated the quest.
Imagine if he's gone just for the whole quest.
Yeah.
It becomes Jorg's
Gets
quest.
back right at the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we do have a contingency with that because now it can also be Jorg's quest. But if we're missing Tobiyashi, I hope Fisher's gonna be there because we're gonna be missing people now.
We have to resolve the strobe light issue.
Oh yeah, I wanted to know, audience, how are you gonna try and reach out to your nemesis? Where are you sending the letter or letters?
To her, specifically.
Yeah. How?
It's like, duh.
I reach her once before? I'm pretty sure I sent her a letter
by
before.
using like a criminal underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have used the same one because I knew they got it to her.
Well, you're assuming that she is still with the hunter cult, but the last time
Well,
you
I'm
saw
gonna
her...
specifically say if she's not with the, I want her, not the hunter cult. This would
Okay,
be, I'd make
okay.
sure it was directed to her, not the hunter cult.
Okay. Because I was gonna
Listen,
say,
if-
the last time you saw her, she tore away the emblem of the wolf god, and you actually saw the emblem of the god she follows.
Yeah, which was not the eyes of the abyss.
No.
Just so if everyone was worried, it was not.
No. If I'm not mistaken, it did, however, bear a small resemblance. Some themes were similar, but it wasn't actually. All right.
No, I would use the same criminal underground and be like, listen, get this to her. You did a good job before. Do it again.
All right. It will easily be doable, you know. If you leave the garden half an hour, we'll say that your dreams woke you up a little earlier
Well,
than
I also
everyone
have the
else.
helm of teleportation, so I can just. I was
Yeah.
going to say the day before with the letters. I would have just done it the day before. I would just teleported there
Okay.
and then teleported
Just
back.
teleport next to your.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not
That
to
would've
next
been
to my
cool.
rival, next to the. I would have just gone to the same place I met the guy before and
Okay.
asked about him and been like, "Where is he?" And then gone and found him and been like, "Can you take this letter?"
Okay. I think he.
And I'll forget the fact that you definitely led them to our location last time. But all's fair in love and war.
Oh, is this about love or war?
We'll
Can it
see.
be both?
We'll see.
Whatever it is, it's fair.
I'm a
fair.
dragonborn. It's both.
Yeah.
All right. I think the last time he charged you, so I'll think about the price and I'll tell you.
I'm gonna see if I can lower the price since last time he betrayed me. I'm gonna be like, listen, you owe me for betraying me last time, but we'll call it good if you deliver this letter.
All right. Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. 18.
Well, he's gonna underline that the betrayal wasn't intentional. You just didn't mention to him how discreet you wanted him to be.
I'm gonna be like, listen, for your honor as an underground letter system that keeps these letters, I think you owe me one. And this isn't about my honor. This is about your honor.
He's going to tell you that honor gives little money. So
But repeated alive clientele does.
yeah.
He says, I'm going to be like, listen, as you can see, I'm still alive. I'm continuing to grow and move up in the world, continuing to gather funds.
Oh yes, no,
As-
absolutely. You're worth
I think
more
having
now
me
than
as
before.
I think having me as a continued client, rather than me trying to find a different service, would be worth your time to deliver this letter. It's not a big request.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. If I'm not too discreet, I could win 50,000 gold.
Well, I'm not asking you to bring it to the hunter cult, though, this time. There's not as much danger. I'm asking you to bring it directly to her.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna know where she is because the last group of people. All right. It's gonna take longer if you want me to
That's
avoid
okay.
them. But usually,
That's all right.
your kind, and he sort of gestures toward you with a bit of disdain. Your kind tend to do noticeable deeds. So I'll look into it, see if she might have done something important recently.
Since she's my mirror and I continue to do great things, I'm sure she will as well.
Yes,
I'm sure she'll not be hard to find.
Because you weren't in hiding for a year.
Yeah, but she also seems to be gapping me, so...
Yes. Alright. So I'll do my best to avoid them. But just to be clear, if I'm really not discreet, I could make 50,000 gold. Aren't you at least a little bit interested in making sure that I'm really discreet?
No.
All right. Well, don't blame me if your meeting is not a intimate.
I'm asking for a letter. I'm asking for a letter back. I'm not asking to meet in whatever. Do what you want, man.
I'm just saying that your meeting may not be as intimate as you want it to be, if I'm not very careful.
Let's see, is there something I can give you? It's not money. I'm trying to think if there's some information. Since you did me an information. What was some interesting information we've learned that this might interest this guy? I could give you... Let's see. I could give you the location of where the... No, I don't think you'd care about that. What information would you care about? I'm asking him. What if I traded you some information for the safety of the letter? What interests you as an individual?
Oh.
I am, an up-and-coming, I'd say even more than up-and-coming now, adventurer. I may have some interest that might, be worth your while.
There is always the information of a convenient, maybe, window of opportunity to infiltrate a certain temple, and he stares at your medallion. In other words, he's asking you if you can help him get inside of your temple.
Interesting.
If not, well, there's always a little bit of information that seems to be very prized right now, and it is, where are you all going? All of you adventurers right now, when you finish your quests. A lot of rumors about you just disappearing and reappearing near large cities. I'm sure that would be worth something.
How detailed do you want?
Location of where you go and come back might be interesting. If not, well, I don't know. How you get in, how you get out. Maybe a very clear description of a room in there. Something to help get a good mental image.
Yeah, I have a teleportation help. I know how this works now. I also actively know he can't teleport in.
He'd need to
'Cause I'm
have
pretty sure-
means which probably exceeds what he has.
Yeah. Sure, I'll give you the description of the room to give the letter. Actually, well, I'm trying to think. I could there are a couple really mean rooms I could give him, which would be
You could give him Toby's old room.
no, because I totally would be mad if he murdered it. No,
Well,
you know
no,
what?
because right now that's currently being inhabited by.
I know,
monsters.
I know, but I feel like if they figure out how to get it, they might hurt the demon spider. And also, no, I'm gonna be more honest with him. I'll be like, listen, I will help you get into my church, but you have to agree to help me while you're inside.
I didn't expect that. What do you want that you can't get by yourself?
I want a copy, or we can look at them together if you want the information. I want any documents that the high priestess has that are not accessible by anyone else in the temple, which is, I assume, something you would want as well. As I assume they would have all the resources, where the money's going, how the money is going. I believe that's what one of the things you'd be after. I want to look at those documents as well if I help you get inside.
And you will help me to get inside her quarters?
Her quarters will be complicated, although it depends how that depends how good you are. I'm sure I could get into her quarters, at least for a little while. I'm not sure exactly how you could get in with me, unless you have a way to figure that out. But I'll leave that to you.
Oh, I don't need you to get inside with me. If you just tell me of a vulnerable moment, I can make my way inside by myself.
I could be in communication with you. Do you have any way to cast one of those, I don't know, message spells or something?
That can be arranged.
All right. We can work something out. Get the letter safely, get me a private meeting, and I will get you inside the temple.
Very well. It is an acceptable deal. Now, it would feel a bit strange asking you to swear on your god with such a deal.
I'd rather not, as it may bring his attention to the deal itself.
He looks at you for a long moment, up and down. I want you to swear on that, and he points at your armband, that you will honor your word.
Very well. I swear, and I'll touch my armband. I swear upon this, and may my arm break and shatter, that I will uphold my end of the deal.
An interesting way to put it. All right. And he puts his hand forward, waiting for you to shake it.
I shake it. I hand him the letter.
Inside of your head, audience, you hear a little voice saying, "Why did you implicate me in this?"
What? Don't you want to know what's actually going on too? I'll kind of whisper in my mind.
Yeah, but now I have to shatter your hand if you lied.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to do my best to get him in.
All right. All right.
All right. I'll hand him the letter.
Okay. I assume you'll take up the bill for the equipment I'll need to get in there.
Depends on the equipment. We can discuss once the letter is delivered.
Of course. He lets you go.
All right.
Audience betraying his church.
Is it betraying it? Or does he only think he's betraying it to deliver it into the light he perceives for it? Now, I would agree it's betraying my high priestess, but audience feels like she might have betrayed him before this, so it's all fair game right now.
Yeah, sure, that's how it works. You betrayed me first, so I betrayed you.
Uh-huh.
You made me do this.
Yeah.
You made me work with the devils against which I once loved.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have a small side quest to infiltrate your church. Well,
Yeah.
almost cathedral, but church. All right. Well, with this, it truly is the end of today's episode. And for those who might have been watching, that happened before the dream and everything. And is that it? You
Yeah, we
teleported-
jumped back in time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta go back in time.
We are the time knights, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. It's just what
Time
we
is
do.
not linear for us, it is but a circle.
It's a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Doctor Who when it
And
was
it all
actually
leads
good.
back to me.
Mhm.
Sultan of God. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I am inevitable. No, sorry. Okay, wait.
All right. So with this, it will be tonight's episode. See, we had ample material to fill in the time. It's just usually would have made this a bit here, a bit there, a bit here, and a bit there. But now everything's been done, and you can go on your quest with your heart at peace, knowing that you didn't forget anything. Well, maybe except Tobiashi, because he was looking into if he forgot something before leaving, and then the power went out, and so maybe he forgot something. Who knows?
It's like, hey, are we missing anything? Or just like in a carriage, just like Tobiashi sleeping in.
Hey, and I had to ban 3 people trying to sell viewers today. We're getting popular.
Ooh.
You wanna be popular?
All right. So, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Campfire. Hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. We'll be back next week, hopefully with at least 4 players. But if everything goes well, 5 players, because it's better to go on quest with a full party. Yeah. And remember, if you want to support us, there are multiple ways you can do so. You can leave a like, leave a comment, follow us. We got Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. If you want to do more, there's a link to make donations. I have a Patreon, and of course, you can subscribe on Twitch. But if you still want to help, but you can't do any of those, well, you can always help by simply spreading the word of the channel. Helps, I promise. So right now, when this is live, we're on Wednesday. If you want to be there for the map making tomorrow, on Thursdays, we're continuing the odd map in the clouds. And you'll have the rebroadcast of this, of today's episode, Friday. And then we go back to the next week and everything starts again. See, a loop again. Time. It's... Well, hopefully not the exact same loop, because that's going to be boring, but... Or I'm showing reruns. It's one of the two.
Well, at least it's not the Infinite Age from Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah. Although...
For those who don't know, that was literally 8 episodes of an anime that basically was just the same day over and over with very little variation. Very boring to watch. Just skip them.
But we're not telling you to skip our episode in case it is like this. Just come here, watch it, and then decide once it has been watched. Alright, so thank you for being here. Hope you had a pleasant moment with us. Hope you'll be there next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Right.